Hello, Mr. White.
Hi. Nice
Hey,
hat.
let me put my AirPods in real quick just so I can.
Sure.
Okay. What's up, squad? Welcome to SAC Sidelines, and we are here live with the man of the hour, Rachaad White. Now former SACDAWG has finally revealed where he is committing to, Arizona State. And we welcome him. Thank you so much for being here. We have our other content creator, Jesse Espitia, here, ready to interview and take it away. Thank you for joining us, Rachaad.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, no problem, man. And again, congrats. And but like you said, nobody was expecting this. So how did you come to that decision to go to ASU?
It was kind of like a week's decision. This week I've been having like a couple other solid big time schools hit me up, give me an offer. ASU one of them, as we seen. I had a couple other ones like Maryland, some other schools as well, and the thing that got me, what made me decide ASU is just how the coaches are, the camaraderie that they have, and just the NFL experience, and I feel like they can develop me and give me the tools and the knowledge and the resources for me to help me, off the field and make it to the level that I plan to make it, which is, NFL, and just help me be the best football player and the smartest football player I can be, as well as, Coach Herm is a great guy. All the coaches is great, loving fathers, husbands, things like that. So I felt, they could, help me be a better man and things like that.
So you're making chess moves. This isn't checkers, right? It's chess moves.
Right.
Now, you mentioned Coach Herm. Have you had any conversations with him?
Yeah, Coach Herm, man, that's my guy. We done had 3 conversations. Yesterday, him and Antonio Pierce, Coach Pierce, and Coach Herm, they called me and was like, "Man, what you doing?" Like, cause I have been committed to ASU since last Saturday. So I was supposed to do a video for commitment, but it kind of it was just it's tough with the editing, things like that. So me and my brother, we turned it into basically like a 1-day documentary, just telling people about me, who I am, where I come from, because I'm back home right now training and working out and trying to gain weight. But yeah, Coach Herm called me. They called me yesterday, like, "What's going on, man? You supposed to be in, post this and do all that." And he cool guy and was laughing and just on my head. And yeah, we had great conversations as men, and me as a young man, and him just being there for guys, and just that's the big thing that really got me is he like I said, his attitude and how he, go about every day.
Uh,
Definitely. Oh, and I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bridget.
I'm sorry. So Rachaad, real quick. So you said that the decision was made since last Saturday, correct?
Correct.
And I'm dying to know, the woman that's also there that you credit a lot to his family, right? So your mom, the one that we've learned when we interviewed it initially last semester, that said, "You know what time it is, keep it pushing." What did she say about your commitment?
My mom, she was really happy because it was kind of it's been kind of a long journey since, decommitted from UCLA and things like that. So it's just been kind of a long journey, and just staying patient was the key. So my mom, she was really happy. I mean, when I first got the offer, she was telling me why I didn't commit on the spot, but people know that's just not how I go about things. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, no,
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had to, get a feel for the running back coach that is going to be coaching me and develop me, as well as just seeing how, the coaching staff is like, how they go about things. So my mom, she, felt that way and was like, understanding. And yeah, she was really excited. She said, cause she got on the Zoom, also. So when we got off the phone call, I had to talk to the running back coach and go about, his coaching tendencies, his rules as a coach, things like that, how he developed running backs and his drills that he do at practice and things like that. So when I got off of that, my mom, called me and FaceTimed me, and she was like, I screamed when I got off the phone and things like that. So she was pretty excited.
No, that's
And
awesome.
that's always good to make mama proud as a son, right?
Yeah, always.
Now, this next question, Rashad, I'd like you to answer as honestly as you can. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to know if you have been enjoying this whole process of keeping everybody waiting for you, and
Uh,
having everybody like seek you out and to be sought out.
I mean, it was an okay process. I feel like I mean, I wouldn't like say I was enjoying it. In reality, I was just trying to figure out the best place for me for these
Right.
next 2 years because that's something serious for me. A place that I feel like got the connects, and school that I feel like be a great school to get my degree from as well. So I mean, it was like kind of like enjoying it, but then it kind of like it started wearing me down, and people in my circle could tell, like because it was just hard, and recruiting is hard for coaches and also players. You go through a lot, and you gotta figure out where home, where you feel like the best place for you, and then you catch some backlashes from coaches and things like that. So I wouldn't say like I mean, I tried to enjoy the process the best I could, but it was kind of tough at the same time.
Pressure.
It was,
It's pressure, I'm sure, too, right?
yeah, right. That's how it be. A lot of coaches want to pressure you and things like that. So you just gotta, stick with your gut and your heart. And ASU came around and they showed me everything I needed to see, and everything, I feel like could help me achieve and be successful in life, not only in football, but life in general, the coaching staff and the recipe. And my heart, my gut was telling me go with it. So that's what I trusted.
Right now, of course, with everything going on, are you kind of upset that this had to happen during your time, your moment? And then the other part of that question is just without being able to visit these campuses and visit people in person, like how has that affected your recruiting process?
It kind of didn't affect it. It kind of didn't affect it for me. I mean, I am a in-person guy. Like I like to see, check a coach out in person, things like that. Check the coaches out, their vibes, get their vibes, and just things like that. How they go about everyday life. But it was kind of interesting because some schools just if they really need you or really want you because they are trying. So like schools put together a virtual tour. ASU was one of them. Took you on a little tour on through Zoom and things like that. And just was reaching out and connecting through Zoom. And like I said, so it was kind of like interesting. I'm not like kind of like sad that this happened between with my time because I mean I'm always training and working out regardless. Back home I got a trainer back here. Lifting every morning at 11, literally every morning at 11,
Mhm.
Monday through Sunday, literally every morning at 11, regardless if I go in there and I got to do abs one day to relax my body. I'm taking care of my body, Epsom salt, ice baths, things like that. And just, trying to be ready for whenever, the time comes that, everybody can return and that I never take days off. So it's kind of
Right.
like cool because, everybody kind of competing right now, but everybody competing from like their own little home or things like that at the same time.
So it's like, how are they going to show up with all this that's affecting everything? But you put in as much as work as like normal, right?
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. How does it feel to be under the guidance of a sack dog that's made it so far in his own career?
It kind of feel great. Just being like you said in the guidance of a sack dog, being able to represent Mount Sac, being able to say, I made it out, is like a huge, piece, things like that, and that's what made me choose ASU because I feel like it's a great stepping stone as well,
Right.
great stepping stone into life. So, it feel great. To say like and be able to give young guys or young running backs or make people see like running back can make it out of Mount Sac too, and just things like that. As long as you put in work, so I mean, it feel great.
Great. Now, and speaking about like your time during Mount Sac, this is your breakout year that you've had. But if you could just talk to us a little bit about last year's season or the season before that, your freshman season, and if during that time, like if there was any times that you ever doubted yourself or your abilities, and what that time during your freshman year was like.
Uh, the thing about it is, like I said, I always put in work. So my freshman year was kind of tough because we had Massey and we had AJ, which is two good dear friends of mine, and I think two good backs. So they was returning for their sophomore year. So Mount SAC is loyal, and that's what they do, and they want to get everybody out. So I'm the new guy, and I got another year here regardless. So they we trying to help them get out as well. And the best player play, but at the same time, the player that I trust and know the most. So that was a big thing about it. And yeah, I was coming home, from games and stuff like that. Sometimes I didn't play. I was only a third down back because I was kind of like the tallest and the biggest. So I had to go in there for blocking, and I could catch and things like that to earn the coach's trust and respect. And I was just kind of like asking the coach, like, what it is that I need to do, to win over the starting job, and just things like that. And he would tell me, like, it's the running back coach. Because I asked the offensive coordinator that, and he was like, as the running back coach, things like that. And it was the big thing about it, just knowing what you're doing every play. So that's how I like kind of understood and went about it my second year, just knowing what I'm doing, but let me know when my lineman is blocking. Let me know what my receiver is doing, like, expanding the game, the knowledge of football. So that's what it was in the first year. Everybody going to have doubts if you're not playing, but, I never like said like, I'm a quitter, I'm a transfer, or, I just stuck with it. That's the type of guy I am.
Right, and then you mentioned that you were talking to some coaches and that they have like an atmosphere at Mount SAC to just try to help student athletes get out, so to speak. So
Yeah.
if you could just talk a little bit about what that atmosphere has been like and how it's helped you achieve these goals, the atmosphere at Mount SAC.
Man, the atmosphere at Mount SAC is, it's just is everything is lit when it comes to sports and just school and just like the atmosphere that Mount SAC bring. If Mount SAC was a university, I went to Mount SAC and stayed there all how many years I needed to play. But man, the big thing is just the coaches. Like I said, how they just want everyone to get out and they stay on you and they be on you. Also, the resources that Mount SAC has that a lot of JUCOs don't have when it comes to things like the WIN, study hall, things like that they require you to do, so they can make sure the coaches can make sure you're on top of your books and stuff like that. So the atmosphere is different. The coach is very loving. They do they do everything they can to get you out. They call who they can. They they tell they gonna tell the truth, and that's the thing that I love about Mount SAC coaches and that I love about Mount SAC in general.
And what could you say about your linemen? Because I could just tell you right now, I've never seen a group like that. Just from the football that I've been witnessing so far in my life, you had a pretty impressive group of linemen there creating those holes. So what could you say for that group?
I could say great things about them. I mean, they speak for themselves. I mean, they all received a scholarship from top to bottom, from starter to bench. So it's that speaks for itself. Things like that. I mean, I rushed for 1,200 plus yards on only 199 attempts. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good amount of attempts, but that speaks for itself. Like the lineman is a great group, and I feel like they gonna keep grinding, and wherever they end up, they gonna they're gonna put on for Mount SAC, just like me. And I'm very thankful and appreciative and blessed that to be able to run behind that group.
Speaking of being thankful and appreciative, SAC Sidelines wants to extend to you our appreciation for you always having the time for us and always being 100% with us, about taking a moment to give us a quote, to be on camera with us. We really enjoyed our time covering you and all the rest of the SACDAWGs, and for you to reach this accomplishment and be a JUCO product is such a big deal. So we really, really appreciate your time, and congratulations on everything.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, and I really appreciate you guys, everything you guys have done for me and helped me out, and it really, been a pleasure.
Thank you, Rachaad.
Same, and good luck. I hope to be seeing you put up some big games against UCLA next season, man.
Yes.
Oh yeah,